welcome back to my channel. I am Martina and I'm here to remind all of you about your beauty and your uniqueness. Today I thought about making a video outside, as you might hear, and I'm here with my dog that maybe you'll see during the video. Today I thought about making a simple video in which I read an article I found on the internet just browsing, which talks about 8 reasons to love your big nose. And actually, in the article, there are just listed 6 reasons to love your nose and why. But I'm gonna read that and say what I think about it. And for all the Italian people that are watching me, forse farò un altro video in cui spiegherò le stesse cose, però parlando in italiano, perché possa raggiungere più persone possibili con lo stesso messaggio. Però iniziamo subito. So let's get started with the video. This is the article I'm gonna read. Maybe you see that. It's called 8 Reasons to Love Your Big Nose, and the site is called HelloGiggles. I'm gonna just read what it says and then comment about what I think. Not to brag, but I am being told I have a big nose. It took years for me to learn to love it. I was about 9 years old when my nose started to grow from its doll-like form into the large facial outcrop it is now. Right about the same time, the mockery began. A boy named Danny called me Pinocchio for a whole summer. At that to all the mean-ass kids on the playground called out Onker, Schnauz, Horse, Pig, Snout, Gonzo, Ringo, or Pelka as I passed, and I was soon aware that I wore an acute abnormality in the middle of my face. I think that this is quite the same as me. I never thought that my nose was different until someone just picked that out of my face and told me it was big, actually. And then later in the years, I realized that it actually was big. My nose is big, as you can see, but that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with that, because we're always brainwashed with the image that noses should be just cute, little, especially on a woman, because women to the imaginary should be just cute, gentle, little, and stay in their place, but that's not how it works. We are human beings as everyone else, so we're here, and if we have a big nose, it's because it represents that we must stand out as who we are and not just exist, but be someone and make ourselves count as the birds that are out here making sounds. They're living creatures and they're doing their thing, and they don't care what am I doing here, they just make sounds. Anyways, for the majority of my preteen and teen years, I felt overshadowed by my nose. It's long and has a bump near the top, a rather bony one that protrudes awkwardly off to one side. When I was younger, I thought my nose stuck out from my face like a flashing sign reading, "I'm not quite pretty enough." If I liked a guy, I tried awkwardly to turn so that he could not see my profile. I spent hours in the mirror manipulating the shape of my nose to look more normal. I didn't stop hating on my nose until I went to college and began the slow, uphill battle towards self-acceptance. Eventually, I realized I had a warped self-image. When I looked in the mirror, I focused regretfully at the crazy nose gifted me. But when others looked at me, they saw the whole package: my brown eyes, my big smile, my wild hair. More than that, they saw my confidence, my passion, my intelligence. Basically, I realized that it was all in my head. I thought my nose was ruining the whole package that is me, when in fact it served to enhance it. For me, it was the opposite. Like, I like my features, I like who I am, but I've always been taught by strangers, family members, and also friends that maybe with a nice job I'd be better, and so that slowly destroyed my self confidence, because I thought maybe if so many people tell me that, it means that they are right. But I just realized in the last couple of years that it's just them being brainwashed at everyone else in society on social medias, that they're just one kind of beauty. And if it's slowly opening about body, because there are curvy girls that are modeling and such things, for the face that's still a stigma to be different, especially for a nose, because all the other things you can manipulate them with makeup, but not for a big nose. It's not that simple. My dog is here sleeping, as you can hear. But so all the people that might tell you that you're wrong, don't even think that maybe they're just brainwashed by as everyone else, except this cutie here. She's amazing. Anyways, in the affluent New York suburb where I spent my formative years, a lot of girls got no jobs. It was not uncommon for Jessica or Jennifer to live in June with a long curved nose. I returned from summer vacation with a small, straight one. They chose, with their parents' blessing, to slim down their olfactory organ to appear more conventional. The pressure to have a petite nose stems from the same place as the pressure to be thin, a narrow ideal of beauty. We all know how the media and fashion wars fail to represent a variety of body types. Well, the same can be said for noses. That's what I just said. Our society seems to consider the most attractive nose as perky, small, and upwardly sloped. Most models and actresses have noses. There are some variation of that, and if they don't, they'll get them thin, decreased, or straightened. That's exactly true. If you see, there are just few actresses, singers. I don't know if it mentions them here or in another article that I read, but there are just two women out there that have big noses, like Barbara Streisand, actress, singer, mm, and she's like an inspiration for me because her nose is very similar to mine, and all the people that I saw in television, medias, and also real life, there's no one that has a nose as me except her. And another woman that has a big nose is Lady Gaga. Um, and they refuse to change their nose with surgery, even though they were pressured by their companies or mm, Hollywood to do so, because doing so they would have received more requests to work with movies and such. I'm continuing reading. Everyone has the right to alter their appearance if it makes them feel better about themselves. I advocate for personal choice, and me too. But I also advocate for big noses. Noses don't have to be quiet and only play a supporting role through the other facial features. Noses are the first thing you put forward and often the first thing people notice. A big nose is regular, sexy, elegant, striking, strong, memorable, arresting, and unique. Here are 8 reasons to love your big nose. And we're beginning the list, but as I said, it's not 8 reasons, it's just 6. I don't know why they say 8. Maybe then they cut some parts of the article. The first reason is this: big noses are more interesting. Big is such a vague word to describe something as diverse as a nose. I prefer more descriptive terms when talking about prominent noses, such as long, classic, wide, aquiline, thin, pointed, curved, Roman, broad, bulbous. Oh, you get the point. Conventionally pretty is overrated. Anyone can be pretty with enough engineering. Interesting is more than just dyeing your hair pink or getting a septum piercing. Interesting requires genes. And interesting beauty stands out from the crowd. That's true. And this quote just caught my eye because it said anyone can be pretty with enough engineering. It means that anyone can be pretty with surgery. I mean, that's what it's made for. But if you can make your flaws stand out and make that point for yourself, that will really make you beautiful and interesting, as it says. Second point: people with big noses are interesting, as it says. I dare to claim that not just the nose is interesting, but the whole entire person. Growing up with a big nose and feeling down about your looks probably forced you to develop an outstanding personality to make up for it. So they don't give you character, they build character. And then it says that they've never met someone with a big nose that wasn't interesting. But I just trying to summarize everything because it's a really long article, but if you want to read everything, I leave it in the description box. The third point: a big nose makes you all the more attractive because you pull it off. Looks will always take second to a great personality. With confidence, I could make a third-degree burn look good. And that's true. It's easy for someone who fits into a standard ideal of beauty to feel attractive, but when you don't fit the mold, you really have to work it. If you feel beautiful with your big nose, others will believe you're knocked out gorgeous. Fourth point: big noses are worldly. We don't have to look far outside America to find a wider perspective of beauty. Women across Europe, India, Africa, and the Middle East proudly flaunt spectacular, no small noses. In many cultures, big noses are a sign of wisdom or prosperity, and people would never ever consider altering them. In Japan, if someone tells you that you have a big nose, they are paying you a compliment. Fifth point. There's my dog here making loud noise. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyways, big noses display a proud heritage. I have never considered getting a nose job. I can thank my mom for that. I have her nose, and my mom, though she may not realize it, is beautiful. Growing up, I wanted to be like her. And it says, anyways, that her nose reflects her ethnicity, that is Italian and Jewish. So if she would change her nose, she would just try to erase where she come from. Then the last point, and I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see. There's a pic of a statue, and it says big noses are classical, and that's the last point. And that's true because if you look at statues from the Roman or Greek epoch, they don't have the tiny little nose that we're used to see. And it says, historically, small noses weren't always all the hype. Just look at art. In ancient Rome, the long sculpted nose was most revered. Check out the Greek sculpture of the goddess Athena. Even goddesses were glorified with large, distinct noses. During the Renaissance in Europe, a face lacked interest if the nose wasn't prominent. And then it says, have you ever been insecure about your nose? Of course, I say yes, but feel free to leave your life experience down here and comment saying what you think about this video. I know it's been really short, but I just wanted to chat a little bit and share with you this article that I found really interesting. And what I found even more interesting is that um, our beauty standards really changed during the years, as you can see in the ancient period. Someone was less interesting if they had a small little cute nose. Mm. And I want also to say that you can be cute also with a big nose. That's not what I'm trying to say. But anyways, nowadays we are always trying to fit in, to look the same, look as the people we see. And that's awful because we all want to look the same. We all want to be someone else and not who we really are. Maybe there's someone out there that has like a plain nose and wants my nose, and I'm here just complaining about my nose and wanting their nose, when we should just embrace who we are, knowing that someone else in the world will like it. But that doesn't matter until we just try to love ourselves for who we are and just be confident and love what Mother Nature, God, or what you believe in gave you. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe I'll make an Italian version of this video as I said previously. And here's my dog that's waking up. Hi, and see you in the next video. There she is. She's shy as me. Hi.